Hello viewers, Super GT here. We return finally to the shifter karts on Gran Turismo Sport. Now these things don't come around too often in the daily races, but finally they have done, with 5 laps around Tsukuba to hopefully give you your fix of kart racing and probably to drop your sportsmanship rating back down to 0 with all the bump drafting and contact and death, etc. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't. As we started 5th on the grid, immediately down to 6th. Take it back though. Now, these races are really strategic in terms of slipstream, because as long as you're in the slipstream, you've always got a chance. You always have a chance of victory here. And if you're in the lead, it's not always the best place to be, because people behind can just slipstream past you and take your position. So it's actually a very difficult race to really get right in terms of the strategy and your positioning, and that's what makes it so exciting. Now you might want to look at the radar a couple of times here, because there's going to be lots of karts queuing up directly behind me to try to get past. At this point we've dropped off over a second behind the group in front, the group before at the very front of the race. I took a really poor line through the final corner, which is easily flat out, as the Finnish driver, sponsored by Pizza Hut, goes through into 5th. So down to 6th place. 4 people on my radar then. You can see 4 people queuing up 2 by 2 as if it's Noah's Ark to go around turn 1. But thankfully none of them get past. So settling it into 6th place. Spaniard off onto the grass on the right hand side. He comes back on, keeps his position. Finnish driver looking to take advantage. Can't quite do that, loses momentum. So I've got the position back around the outside into this hairpin. And the Finnish driver actually retakes the position, reminding me that I probably should go and visit Pizza Hut one day, because I still have never been. Now this shows you the difference between slipstream and non-slipstream. I'm in the slipstream, the guy sponsored by Pizza Hut is not, or maybe he's just too fat for me, too many pizzas. But that shows you the difference there, as I could quite easily go past. We're in the same kart, we should really be even, but when you're up behind the kart ahead and the other person isn't, you do gain an advantage. So around the outside of this guy, who gets a poor run out of the first corner. And I think that is one of the crucial things about these karts, about how to be quick, is really get on the throttle as early as possible. I mean, to be fair, that is the way to success in most series, getting on the power as early as you can without coming back off the power. But I think in these karts, especially around this track, corners like this, you really have to get on the power early to get a good launch onto the straights, as this Spaniard now goes very wide, taking turns to go off onto the grass. And another tip, a couple of guys in my Monday night live stream were telling me to take ABS off. So normally I race with ABS on default, but for this I found that ABS off actually worked a little bit better. So you don't want to smash down the brakes all the way down. You might do that initially, but then you release the brake a little bit, and the kart actually turns a lot nicer when you're on the brakes. And then halfway through the corner, you get on the power as early as you can to get that launch on the way out of the corner. So lap 4 in 4th, sitting in a good position here actually. This guy goes a little bit slowly off the turn, up into 3rd with 1 lap to go. So this is actually a really good position to be in, with just over 1 more tour of Tsukuba left to go. Can we go about getting that first place? We're already in a podium position, but can we go any better than that to get maybe 1 more position or 2 and win the race? Coming through the final corner, going across the line, 55.7 being set there. In fact, the guy behind with the 55.6, fastest lap of the race so far, and actually going a little bit too deep into the first corner. That's going to give me a poor run on the way out. This guy gets a very slow exit as well. I'm going to have to dodge quickly to the right hand side to try to get past him, and he's still on my left hand side. And it's not been a great final lap this. I could have been on the front foot attacking the top 2, but instead I've made a couple of very small errors, and it just shows you they're not big errors, but they're just big enough, and kind of inadvertently get kind of shoved off the circuit there. But we continue in 5th place. So it really is a fine margin in these races between success and dropping back down to 5th. That could have easily been a better result than third if I just got that couple of corners right there. But ultimately, it's going to be a fifth. We started fifth, finished fifth. A bit disappointed because could have definitely got a better result than that. But you can see the top 5 within a second, within 9/10 of a second, in fact. So you get these little clusters, these little groups that form, and it's very difficult to exit that group from the front anyway. You can easily drop off the back of a group by making a big mistake, but then if you're at the front of the pack, you're relying on a lot of people behind making a big mistake, which is probably not going to happen unless they all get tangled up in a massive pile-up, which, you know, is a possibility, but it's not particularly likely. You can't really count on it. So, through the left-hand hairpin, trying to attack the Spaniard once again. So it's the same guys in this race. We don't have the fellow Brit at the front of the pack. So it's my lone duty to take on the Spaniards this time around. So taking inspiration from the homeland hero Fernando Alonso, who actually has his own kart team. And karts, I'm pretty sure he has his own chassis as well. Up the inside we go, of the pair of them. Is it quite going to happen? Not quite. There's a guy on my right hand side, judged by the radar, and he's just there. Gives me the space. No, he doesn't. As I go off the track, back on, and back into 4th position, into the hairpin, quite deep, and we're looking to try to get a good move of the way out. And now here, guy spins off, move up to 3rd place, but with a 5-second penalty, colliding with another car. Even though they're actually not cars, they're carts. So I don't know how that one worked. Well, I mean, he spun off whilst and tapped me on the way off. So, I mean, there you go. And annoyingly, we have revisited. Do you remember the old classic fuel warning message, which would block your entire view? Well, we kind of got a different version of that. So this penalty warning directly in my line of sight. So karting is hard enough at the harder times, at the worst of times, but here we are with minimal visibility as I'm being blocked off by a big penalty warning, and by you will be forced to decelerate at the next penalty line. So the HUD doing a great job here of making me virtually blind and making me want to crash again. So we're going to serve our 5-second penalty here, very frustrating, and we drop down to 6th place, of course, naturally. With 2 laps to go, looking to try to get past the German now. Is it quite going to happen here? No. We do get a nice shove though from this Spaniard, the one who actually spun out just here a couple of laps ago we got the penalty for. So that was nice, wasn't it? So I get a 5-second penalty for nothing, he gets a no second penalty for something. Okay, well there we go. That's the way it works. We're going to have to try to make sure we do not lose to this guy. So we try to dislodge Michael Schumacher from 6th place. He's fighting back, look at that, aggressive stuff into turn 1. We've got the inside line, and we just kind of blocked past the Spaniard on the way through the corner. So we got from 7th back to 5th. Can we turn this into a 5th result at the end of the race? It's not going to be any better than that with the pack ahead, 3 seconds ahead. There's no chance of claiming anything better than that. Coming through the left-hander in towards the hairpin at the end of the lap. I'm going to open up the inside because I don't mind him going up the inside there as he actually sends himself a little bit too deep and gets a poor exit off of the turn. So now it's really a case of just trying to make sure that we just don't bottle this final corner. And we're going to finish 5th on lap 5 of 5. Just gone through the turn. He is right on that tail though. Still getting the slipstream even though he's through a corner. It does not matter. As we cross the line, barely 0.018 seconds. In fact, it's different there. It's 0.02 on that final result screen there. We go once again. We've had a 5th. We've had another 5th. Not good enough, really, is it? From someone who does kart racing all the time. Should be doing a little bit better than that. I would say the qualifying time could be better, but then qualifying isn't so important, as we spoke about earlier in the race. The strategy during the race is very important. It's very difficult, even as we kind of get shoved off onto the grass. It's very difficult to just stay in the lead in this race. It's very difficult to defend because of how strong and useful the slipstream is. So, okay, not an ideal start again. Down to 7th place. We'll try to get past this guy. Yes, we can. Back into 6th. Okay, from 7th back to where? Let's see where we can get back up to as we come up the back straight into the final corner. So a couple of different names in here this time. Still one of the Spaniards has joined the race again, but 2 of the other Spaniards have turned into Belgians at the front of the pack. So sitting in 6th place, looking for the aggressive move into turn 1. Quite a late move. The Russian covers me off, so I can't quite go for it just yet. We are still within touch of the leaders though. We're all in a big group here. The Russian goes very wide, and we're going to get out the power nice and early to dislodge him from his 5th position. We got up into 5th. A lap later, lap number 3 now, halfway into the race. There's a small tap and then another tap on the Ferrari driver, side by side here. And he just backs off for some reason. He had the inside line, he would have had the turn, but he just decides for some reason to back off. Okay, I don't know why. Into the next hairpin. Belgian very, very far off the circuit. Stoffel Van Dorn not having a great day here. As we come back up the back straight, but now skip forward towards the infield once again. Lap number 4 now, and we have a Belgian in the lead, followed by Fernando Alonso. So Van Dorn and Alonso here, the 2018 McLaren squad. And Van Dorn, oh my god, pure filth from Stoffel. Stoffel the waffle, smashing Alonso off, gets a 4-second penalty. And around the outside we go. We're in 2nd place here, behind the leader who has a penalty. But we do have another Belgian who is in the mixer here. So this guy has a penalty. He's not going to win the race, but we do have a secondary Belgian to deal with, which makes things very interesting. He goes off very wide onto the grass, and I'm up into the lead of the race with half a lap left to go. Can I cement my 1st place position here and bring home a sweet victory? A race in which I went down to 7th at the start and then slowly made my way back up the pack to now being in the lead. So we have the Belgian just behind coming into this hairpin here. I'm going to go nice and slowly through here. Actually, this guy comes flying back past out of nowhere. Don't know how he did that. And he's going to serve his penalty there. So back up into 2nd as the leader here. The Belgian, the other Belgian's taken over. He has the inside line. Can I possibly go for the cutback through the final corner? Or is he going to get this one right? It looks like he's just got the job done. And annoyingly, going to finish 2nd. It was such a close race. Just a 10th behind the race win. It was a good finish though, I suppose. Went down to 7th at one point. Got back up into 2nd. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave you with a very fine race I had on one of my live streams not too long ago. Oh, the leaders... the leaders are spun and I almost spun following him. Rip! My tip to make you faster is don't spin. Can you pay me now, please? Oh, he's off. More 3 wide there. Oof. Launch that curb. Give me that slipstream, boy. 2nd place. Oh, we got this, boys. ABS off, yeah. A dibblr, mate. Great tip. I definitely recommend it for this race. Turn the ABS off. You can just turn the car a bit better. Oh, mate, this is happening. Oh. Now I don't have the slipstream. Down to 3rd again. This is intense stuff. Around the outside. You got done there, mate. Ooh, keep it together. Oh! He's almost lost it. Ah! Oh my god. Last lap. Oh, this is on. This is mental. Come on. Last straight. Come on. Round the outside. Get the cut back. Yes. 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 Oh, get wrecked. Kartmaster coming through. Oh. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh. Get dicked on, everyone. Get totally dicked on. Get in there, Lewis. Fantastic drive, mate. You are the world champion. Fantastic drive. Oh, yeah. Oh, mate, I can't believe that. Oh, he just got absolutely dicked on.